Good morning, class 10th. In the revision process, we are taking first chapter of geography and the common feature, that is resource. We studied these things in 8th class also. So in 8th class, we revise the things that resource, anything which have the worth and value is known as resource. So on the basis of origin or basic, it is divided into two parts: biotic, abiotic, living things and non-living things, exhaustibility, renewable, non-renewable. You know about renewable resource as well as non-renewable resource. Then on ownership, individual, community, national, international. On the basis of development, potential, develop, stock and reserve. So when the question occurred, what you have to do? You have to write down the definition of resource, that there are this is the meaning of the resource and three kind of resource, that is known as human resource, natural resource and man-made resource. Then afterwards, natural resource, it is divided into these parts: exhaustibility, ownership, development, origin. You have to define all these ones. Then you are getting 5 marks. You are getting my point? You have to define all these things, then you are getting 5 marks. The next thing in this chapter, that is sustainable development. It is a definition. Using resource carefully and giving enough time to renew and replenish, so the future generation can use this. So that was our next point. In this one only definition come. Okay. Next, Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit 1992. What you have to write down? In this one, 100 heads of different countries meet in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and decided the minimum common future program for environmental protection. The meaning was small is beautiful. Small steps, whatever the small steps, they describe in Agenda 21. Now, what is Agenda 21? 21 points draft. 21 points draft for environmental protection. For what? Environmental protection. So in Rio de Janeiro, if the question occurred, 3-mark question occurred, what was Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit? First of all, you have to write down, for the environmental protection, 100 heads meet in Rio de Janeiro 1992 for the purpose balance the environmental protection. 100 heads meet over there and they find out that what is good and what is bad. So they draft 21 points, that is known as Agenda 21. You have to write down this way and underline or make a box in that way. So directly highlight it. It directly highlighted. Are you getting my point? resource planning. Planning is much important, and that is the best strategy used by every developing nation or developed nation to plan it perfectly. First, identification. Identification of resource. This is also a 3-mark question. First, what you have to write down? Identification of resource. For example, there are the several possibilities of wind energy in Tamil Nadu cluster, Gujarat cluster, similarly in Rajasthan. How to develop, what kind of strategy government or NGOs or other persons followed to develop this one. And last, compare with the other countries. Comparing with the other countries. Either we are doing right thing or not. So what is resource planning? Plan perfectly. First of all, identification, then develop that particular resource. For example, our sea boundary, we are having the great opportunities because 15,200 kilometer or coastline area is there, and if we develop that resource, it generates thousands and thousands, lakhs and lakhs employment for the country. At the same time, it generates the good economic earning for the country. So the students, first thing, identification, second thing, developing, how to develop, and the third thing, we compare with others. I hope enough for today. These 3 questions, revise all these things. And if you are from 18, you all are here in school, so submit your copies on 18. Thank you.